We're back. I'm Sandy White, the host of Simply Fit, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader. And when we left off last week, I was showing you guys how to spatchcock a chicken. But we ran out of time, so I had to come back and do part 2 so you can see what it looks like after you cook it. So remember, when you spatchcock the chicken, the way I was telling you last week, it basically helps the chicken to be nice and juicy, and basically you don't have to go and spend extra money on seasoning on a chicken that's already prepared. You can season it yourself, and you can see how nice and pretty it turned out. Nice, pretty, it's going to be crispy. Now I decided not to do 2 hours. I did mine, I let the seasoning sit overnight. The longer you let it sit, the nice and crispy the skin is gonna get. It's nice, it's gonna be juicy, excellent. And actually, I'm just gonna tell y'all something. We ate the chicken. I had to start all over again. I'm not gonna eat it on camera, but it is really good. But what I wanna tell you, I wanna check the time, make sure I don't go over too much like I did last time. You can pair this with your sides. You could do green beans, you could do cauliflower, you can do broccoli. But what I wanted, those are nice and easy. Make sure you steam them. I'm going to show you all something. And it's not hard to steam. You could get a little steamer like this, stick it in your pot. You don't need the lids when you steam. And they don't take long, but what I like to do is put the chicken broth in there or the bone broth, and that gives it a little bit more of a flavor. But you can't just stick straight water in there. Make sure when you put the water inside your pot, it does not go over the steaming rack. All right, you don't want the vegetables to have a watery taste to them. But what I wanted to share with you, when you pair up not just your vegetables and how to cook them, but your sides. Sometimes people will spend additional money on their sides. Now this is the Zanaran cilantro rice, which is really good, but you can make your own, and you can actually take, if you're like, I don't feel like doing all of that, you can take the Zanaran, stick it inside your rice cooker 15 minutes versus having your pot and paying attention, because you know you have to stir all of that. I like sticking it in the rice cooker and boom, you're done. You stick it in there, you stir it once, it's done in 15 minutes. You could use regular rice, take off the fresh cilantro, or you can use whatever brand you like. I like this brand, but the point is, I just wanted to let you know, you can stick this inside your rice cooker. And then, I don't know if you guys, most of you guys may or may not like this, but we like the garlic potatoes, fries, wedges, whatever you want to call them. You can make this real easy, because again, the more prepared your food is, the more expensive you're going to do. Now I have the jar garlic, which is really good, but if you want a serious garlic pop, use the fresh garlic. It's not hard to get it peeled, and you can slice it up. But again, I just wanted to show you guys the jar version, because some folks just are like, I don't feel like doing all of that. But you can get the red potatoes. They're nice and easy to get rocking and rolling with. The white ones, sometimes they're a little tough, but I like the red ones. They got a lot more flavor to them. If you like the white ones, that's cool. Not a big deal. You would do the same thing. You take a couple potatoes. Now I don't take the skin off. All I do is, they look a little, like, I just wanted to show you guys this. I think you can see this. That doesn't mean that the potato is totally disgusting. I just like to cut it off where it is. You can do a couple layers, or literally take a nice sharp pointed knife, jag it in, cut around it, and now you can see it didn't go as deep as it looked, and then you still got a good potato. So check them before you throw them away. They do sometimes look ugly on the outside, but doesn't mean they're gonna look like that all the way through on a couple layers. But anyway, once you do that, I usually just cut them in 4s, and you take these, you can stick them in your muffin pan, or you can just, sorry, that was a little noisy, or you can stick them in a muffin pan, which makes this nice and pretty and easy. And then you can also leave them in your muffin pan. That way, once you're done cooking, and then we're just gonna make a cute little flower. And we're just gonna go throughout the muffin pan and cut them up. Just make little flowers. You're gonna season them up. Put some salt, pepper, and garlic, some butter on there. I like, my husband and I always say, do I want whatever item I'm about to eat with the butter versus the butter with the food, because I really love butter. But anyway, just season it up. That's gonna match the taste buds of your families. And this is it. You're literally cutting these up, making cute little flowers, or 4 or 3 little wedges, whatever floats your boat, no pun intended. And then again, you're gonna salt and pepper it with salt, pepper, a little butter, and then you take, I love garlic, so it's always gonna be a bunch of garlic. And the reason this is a good idea to leave it in here is because they can dip their potatoes back in there once you're done. You have because you're going to have the juices at the bottom of the tin versus trying to take this and transfer it. You can either do it in a flat corningware or you can do it in the muffin tin. I just think it's kind of convenient, really convenient, if you do it in a muffin tin. And that's all we're going to do to pair up your chicken. I'm going to cut this so you guys can see that. You're not going to be able to taste it, but you'll be able to see how nice and pretty it looks on the inside. And I liked it. It wasn't like, it's not going to come out dry. You could turn the heat down too. That was one of the things my husband noticed with the chickens. I said chickens. You can make sure you turn the heat down. This is not a turkey, so it's not as thick. So turn it down. I did mine 375, 2.5 hours. Wasn't too bad. I turned this one down, the second one, because we ate the original one, 2 hours, and it still gives me this nice pretty crust on it. And I don't see, and remember I told you guys there's a thermometer. I told you all last time. You get one of these cute little things, and it allows you to determine if your meat of choice is cooked at the desired levels it's supposed to be at, temperatures it's supposed to be at. And literally, when you're cutting it, just check how thick you want these, because you don't want them too thick. Then, like I told you before, you can cut them in multiple little slices. Just make sure you can get all your little garlic on there and get the butter inside. And then you put these on like 375 for about, so I think I did mine last time, and I said I was going to do it a little longer. Do it for like 45 minutes to an hour, or should say to your likeness. If you like a little firmness, then leave it in a little longer. I like mine smooth, like a smooth texture where it's not mushy, but it's like kind of in between too soft or almost getting too soft, and a nice little crust on the outside. And this is why I don't take the skin off, because it does help with the potato not getting to the point where it will be I mean, if you want yours almost to the point where it's going to be like a mashed type of a potato, that's cool. For this, I don't want that, but you cook it to your perfection. But I'm just letting you know, these sides are real easy to make, because when you go out, someplace like Red Robin's, even though they give you an unlimited amount, you're still paying for something that's nice and simple. Again, remember last week I told you guys, it's not a problem going out. You just want to be able to take care of your family and feed them items that they like without having to totally go broke doing it. So it's not hard. You just gotta get yourself back into the habit, because you weren't doing it at one point, cooking, and then for whatever reason you got out of it. And this is not batch cooking, but it's saving you time and money. These potatoes cost less than $3, but I got a whole bag of them, and I'm still going. I can do like 2 more batches of this. Now this is 3, 6, 9. This is 12 little muffin tins, and you pair this with your rice, some vegetables, and your chicken, which I am going to cut up so you guys can see what it looks like on the inside now. Couldn't get my husband to come on TV to cut it up. Said he wasn't gonna do it, but it's nice, moist, juicy, and I really want to eat this like I normally do with you guys, but I'm gonna behave. And I'm going to show you. You can see that's nice and that's juicy. And it's got a nice little crispy crunch on it, which once I'm done, I'm going to get through. I'm going to enjoy this. But like I said, you can see how easy that is. So the main thing I'm here, outside of letting you guys know it's nice and easy to do all this, this is 2 hours. This is 15 minutes. This is going to be 45 minutes. So you time, this was the longest. So of course, you know, it goes in first. Your potatoes are going to be second because they are the longest. Your vegetables are going to take about 7 minutes to steam, and your rice is 15 minutes. So basically, if you guys, you're like, I'm gonna do this like I just did. You know, you guys are saying, well, let's just let it stay overnight, and then I want to have it for dinner. So as soon as you come in, and they make the new stoves where I think it's GE, where you can tell it to turn on, you can tell it to preheat before you even get in the house. This has already been seasoned in the same little flat container or whatever cooking device you're going to be putting your chicken on, that's going to be resting in the refrigerator for 2 hours to overnight, so 12 hours or something like that. You cook on that in that same pot or rack, which is what I did. And then you put that in the oven. Now, usually it takes you guys, I mean, in my household, we're coming in, we're changing clothes, we're getting prepared for, you know, well, my husband likes my kids to come in, take your clothes off, put your school clothes on, get yourself ready for the next day. And while they're doing all of that, usually I'm down here cooking. But if you prepare your stuff the night before, it doesn't take so long. And then you can have them do their homework. So 2 hours is going to go by like really quick. So like 5 o'clock, you're eating dinner. And again, these, you saw how quick and easy it took me to cut these up, stick them in the muffin tin. I put some garlic on it. Even if you're using fresh garlic, not the garlic that's already in the jar, doesn't take that long, because you can take one of your graters and do the same thing. You can do, if you want long strips, or if you want the little short chunky pieces like are in the jar, doesn't take that long. But here's a little trick. Take a piece of the wax paper, not wax paper, no, actually you could use the wax paper, or the parchment paper, put it on here, and then when you grade, it won't get stuck in the back like this. It'll be on here, and you just take the paper off, and then you scrape it right in there. But this didn't take long. 15 minutes, you can either use their brand. Again, this is considered processed. So, I mean, you can cut down on it. If you're in a point you were saying, I can't do 100% cut down, that's fine. You can still get a big batch of rice. Those bags, I don't know, like $6 or something like that if you go to Costco or whatever grocery store you're going to. Put that in with some water and your fresh cilantro. It's still gonna take 15 minutes and you're done. And then you're plating your dinner nice and easy. And then you're putting your potatoes on here, your rice, and your vegetables. Nice, quick, and easy. All right, guys, so next week, we got to get you guys back into the habit of exercising. So we're going to be doing and showing you guys some exercise, quick and easy exercise tips that you can do. 15 minutes, 10-15 minutes, not hard at all. But when you pair it with fresh meals, and exercise, you will see, and I'm telling you, exercises are not going to be hard, because we want to make sure that we're providing you guys with simple tips and strategies that you're going to be able to maintain. You're going to be able to do it consistently so that you can see change over time. But the fact that it's going to seem easy, even though it's not it's just going to be effortless. I think that'll be the best word. That's what I'm looking for, to make things effortless, because then you'll enjoy them. But if we show you guys a plethora of different things that you can do and how to prepare your meals, now you won't get bored and you'll find it fun. Actually, I find this very relaxing. And I used to do it a lot when we got married, and my husband was like, you don't have to do that. But really, I like doing it. And I would say I think that was my downfall when I started when he gave me that, no, you don't have to do it every night. I actually like doing it, so I'm going back to doing it. And I try to do box stuff as less as possible. But what I'm saying is, if you do use box stuff, see what's in it, look what they're doing and the ingredients that they're using, and then cut all of that down. The reason they have so many ingredients in the box products is because they have to have a long shelf life. And I know you guys remember me telling you that. But you can get your own bag of rice, you can get some fresh cilantro, and bada bing, bada boom, you're good. And that big bag is going to, like, this is probably $2 or something like that. That bag was $6, but you can see you're getting about maybe 4 to 6 servings out of here. Not the same out of a humongous bag. So if you shop at Sam's or whatever big box store, it's going to be better for you. I would suggest that you start doing that. All right, so with that being said, I'm Sandy White, the host of Simply Fit, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader. And I hope you guys found that this segment was nice, easy, and that you can pretty much do it yourself. And remember, if you have children, you have sous chef. You got a husband, you got a sous chef. You can do this, and 2 hours is not a long time to be waiting for dinner, especially if you got other things to do prior to your going. If you season your chicken the night before, stick it in your oven. When you come home, and then you do whatever the process is that you take to get ready for the next day or to get ready for dinner, you're good to go. You're not sitting here waiting like, when's dinner going to happen? It'll just seem effortless. All right, so I'll see you guys next week. Hope you enjoyed the segment. Bye.